Hello, everybody on the internet or wherever you are finding this. My name is Miz Diamond Wigfall, and we are here for another episode of Yas Talk, which is basically a TED Talk, but for queer people. So we're going to yassify it. We're going to get down to the real root of how queer we really are, and it's just like a great time to meet some people, learn about some queer artists, and let's kiki. So my second episode is with none other than Hanukah Lewinsky.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Can
I know
I hear
that sounds
that?
like. Does this come up on the? Yes, we're gonna do everything is gonna be ASMR.
ASMR.
Yes.
ASMR lover, that's what you are. Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy that you're here.
I know, NPR is lovely.
NPR. Well,
I
okay.
mean, PTV is lovely. PTV is lovely.
We are sponsored by Peabody TV, so please give it up for the lovely Peabody TV. Isn't it a gorgeous
I know,
space?
it's really gorgeous. I'm ready to do my Tiny Desk concert.
Exactly. It does give Tiny Desk vibes. I mean,
Boots.
quite literally. Here we are.
This is a large desk compared to
The Tiny Desk?
Yeah.
Do you have any particular Tiny Desk performances that you love watching?
Chapel Roan. Is my favorite.
Do you like Duran Bernard?
Love Duran Bernard. Love my favorite Bernard.
Of course, yeah, of course. You know
I don't
them.
know who that is.
Well, I'll send it to you.
Okay,
Great Tiny Desk performance. But anyways, we're produced by Peabody TV. Shout out to Randall, who is our producer. They're an incredible human being who's trying to basically give more queer people a voice and give them the opportunity to have access to this. So we love you, Randall.
Love you, Randall.
So, Hanukah,
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's lovely. It's so early. It's
is.
not actually that early. It's like noon.
It's early for drag. Like,
Yes.
if you have to be there at 12, you need to wake up at like 7.
Yeah. I woke up at 8:45 today.
I'm so sorry. And have you been traveling all weekend?
No, we got in yesterday, and then we hung out all day yesterday, and now I'm here.
And why are you in town?
I'm just seeing family.
Okay, nice.
I haven't
Celebrating.
seen them I think since I did my show with you last.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
last in December? This is the
December
last
was
time
last
you
time
saw
I
your
was here.
family?
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome back. I'm glad that we can connect because you
Oh, yeah.
are a Massachusetts girly.
I am.
Unfortunately.
No, I love it. I love being from Massachusetts.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I take pride in it.
Really?
Yeah, I feel
Really?
like, people are really kind of massholes. But it's also I don't know, I feel like it's a very progressive state. No, you don't think so?
I don't know. I feel like it's
I was like-
it's like 50-50. I feel like you got the real cool punks and all the super well-educated liberal people here.
And then Southie.
And then you have Red Sox, wicked fucking puck kid, and
But even so, I feel like those people are I don't know. Did you ever see, I think it was the Democratic primary in 2020, I think. And there was that woman outside of Fenway Park, and she's like, I got my donkeys, I'm voting for Bernie. I was like, I love her.
No, I mean, that is definitely a Massachusetts stereotype. The Bernie burn, what is
Yeah.
it? Feel the burn. Feel
Yeah.
the burn. Damn. Well, I don't want to get too dark. We can't get into presidential election.
No, that's not. That's
this is not.
neither here nor there.
No, we can't do that today. We're here to be positive.
Right.
And uplift people and not talk about horribly damning things of the future.
No. No, just good things.
Yes, just wonderful things. Or your trauma, whatever you want to share with the cameras, truly.
Oh. Right, that.
Isn't that every drag show, though,
Yes.
pretty much? It's comedy, comedy. Here's some real shit. Comedy.
Literally.
What does RuPaul say? That it's the tenacity of the human spirit.
Vulnerability is what the judges are looking for.
It's true. So let's just get into the yassification of you, okay?
Boots. Let's do it.
Basically, I like to talk to each guest kind of about their drag journey first, and then we'll kind of go into your queerness after that. So drag, how long have you been doing drag for?
It's technically 3. Okay, so it's kind of a long story, but I'm going to try and tell it as fast as I can.
Yes, spark notes or whatever you need.
So technically, I'd say I started in May of 2021. That was the first time I did drag in New York at a bar. Was
First time you did New York?
I was I have to, that's the concrete version. But I was doing drag on Instagram, starting in the pandemic, so I'm technically a quarantine queen.
You are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But I kind of don't really say that, because I was I kind of use my first performance as my first time, but I was practicing my drag in my bedroom for a year before that.
Interesting. Amazing.
And I did a couple virtual shows, and I was why am I in this? This is no place for me.
So did you ever do drag before you started working on your drag alone? Did you ever do? Yeah, that's what I mean.
I did.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, I did. So in college, I like was always like cast in like the femme role or like the drag role, and then I did like 2 productions of La Cage. And then I know, crazy, right? When I had my sophomore like juries, like my sophomore review in college, my professor was like, I was like, do you know Michelle Park?
I know the name. Yeah,
she was the Maisie in Musical, like the original Maisie. Yes.
Yes.
She's one of my professors. And she sits me down at, like, we're doing juries, and there's like a whole page, and she goes, so what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I want to be a performer. She's like, but what do you want to do with it? I was like, I don't know, musical theater. She's like, well, do you want to do drag? Because you're so good at it, but I don't know. And I was like, no. I want to do theater. Drag is not what I want to do at all.
I mean, I was the same way. Yeah, and here we are on the podcast with 2 different drag performers. So
I was like, a gremlin's coming in.
Randall's like sneaking, like, do you want to play a game?
You're like, it's Randall, but it's Randall from Monsters, Inc.
Yes,
it's like
completely right.
Yep.
So basically, I mean, I went through the same thing. I feel like I went to theater programs. I talked about that on the last episodes, but you're a theater girly. You're a born theater girly. So in drag, you started, where was the first bar you performed at?
I did Janelle's competition, Are You the Next Diva at Aura Cocina in Brooklyn.
Whoa.
Yeah, and my first gig was in Brooklyn. Everyone will be gagged.
Interesting. Because, like, you're a Manhattan girly.
I like to say I'm bi-coastal. Okay, and now that you're laughing, I do have to give credit where credit is due. Reese Havoc, I love you. That is your joke.
Yes.
Love you.
You're intercontinental.
Yes,
you
very
really
much,
are.
very much.
Yes.
No, Reese and I like to say we're bi-coastal because we're like kind of in both boroughs.
You do a lot of work.
We do a
in
lot
both.
of crossover. It's very fun.
Yeah. So you started in Brooklyn, and then
technically.
Well, you started online, then you started technically in Brooklyn. So what was like your first kind of breakthrough moment? Because you are doing drag, honey. Like, you are out there.
Boots.
You're doing lots of gigs. I see you. I mean, you're literally going viral with
running around.
Yeah, like you're incredible at what you do. And
Thank you.
I'll get into more of like what you do after, but tell me about how it started and how your career kind of started.
Well, listen, there's not a lot going on between my 2 ears, but it is a lot of pop culture references, and luckily drag is the art form where that resonates the most. So in college, the first show I was cast in at my school, like school production, like at college, was this like original devised work, and we like the director sent us out into Manhattan with like his like assistants, and the assistants were like taking notes on us.
Okay.
While we were like running around just like having a day in Manhattan. And then he like picked roles for us, and he's like, government name, he's like, David, you're going to be playing a girl. And I was like, yes. And my friend Brianna was like, Jesus Christ. Because I was like itching to do it. And then I did, and then like the big like comeuppance was our school did La Cage, which is a drag musical, the birdcage with like a giant group of drag queens.
Yep.
And everyone was like, oh my God, David, this is going to be like your main stage debut. David, this is going to be like amazing for you.
This is your moment.
I didn't get it.
No.
Didn't get it.
They were like,
I made it, well, so full tea, and if he's watching, I don't really care.
We're going to tag them.
I was like, at Rusty. The head of dance did not like me at all. And he was the one directing and choreographing it. But to like twist me around his little finger, he put me through the entire callback process for the drag queens in it. Like it was an audition, a callback. And then the last day at like 8 p.m., it was like me and all the other people who were like called back for like the drag queens, and we did like 5 different numbers with rehearsal skirts. And then the real kicker was he lined us up for a type out. We're in fucking college, by the way. Why does there need to be a type out for the school play?
Let's say
that.
Wild. Like, what grown person is trying to like?
Because he's nasty.
Yeah, clearly.
Sorry.
Grown people,
Sorry.
A theater is really actually like a dangerous place for these adults. Like, are so
These
horrible.
are children. These are college. I was 20.
Yeah.
No, I was 20.
There's no need for them
and
to
so
do that.
he lines us up, and it's like tall, short, and then he moves me out and moves me in once with all the short people. And then he moves me out and then moves a tall person in and then puts all the tall people in and then casts all tall people in it.
No.
And I didn't get it. And then I went in, and this is a true story. I went in for like feedback, and I was like, I did really well. Why didn't I get it? And I swear to God, Diamond, he went, you know why? I went, oh, so you really do hate me. I was gagged.
He just turns to the camera. You know why?
You know why. But it was...
That's a gag.
Yeah, but
how old were you? How old were
20.
you? 20.
20 is my junior year of college.
That's young. That's really impressionable.
It was also like junior year of college. I had never been cast in like one of the main stages. And keep in mind, this is the school play. Like in school, it's like the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's
like,
Broadway for your school.
It's the school play, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, this can be it. This can be my big main stage moment. Nothing. But
yes,
it lit like a fire under my ass. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do it at school. Fine. I'm going to go get paid to do this show. So every Gen Ed I was in, I was on my laptop looking at backstage, playbill, like, I'm doing Lacage this summer. And I did.
Good. Congratulations.
It was like my first gig, my first like professional booking. It kind of like set up the rest of my life. So because I did that production of Lacage, I met this person told me to audition for this theater told me to go to these big conglomerate auditions. These big conglomerate auditions was where I met my boyfriends.
Okay.
And I also got my tour on the same day.
Wow.
It was like a huge thing. And then when I did the tour, this is where the next thing is. I was on the tour Wizard of Oz. We went to China for 3 months.
Cool. Really?
It was amazing. We did 9 cities, like giant, like 2,000 seat houses.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And I was in the ensemble, and we, at the beginning of the second act, it's like when they go to Oz, and you meet all the Ozians that are like really fabulous. And my costume was rhinestone bracelets, a ponytail with braids with ringlet curls in the back, powder blue, a green like cutoff jacket with a 360 peplum.
Yes.
Right? No. What's 180? 180, like a peplum that's like 3/4.
Yep.
Baggy pants and silver 3-inch go-go boots. And the choreo was like this.
It was very fierce.
Very fierce. And I was off stage a lot. And so all the time off stage, I was like, let me add a highlight. Let me put on a nose. Let me cut my crease. And so one day, it's like halfway through the tour, and I'm just doing more and more and more makeup. Yeah. Which I shouldn't be doing. All the other people in the dressing room were like, what is he doing? So the head of wardrobe comes in, Meg, who I love. Love you, Meg. Meg comes in, and she's like, note for everybody, the makeup we can bring down a little bit. Everyone's makeup can just be pared down.
Taking off a pair of
eyelashes. I'm like, so I shouldn't line my lips. Everyone else is like, what makeup? I was like, so who is this actually for?
You're like putting the Krylon TV paint stick like away.
No, and meanwhile, Meg is doing wigs. She's like, so you want more curls in this? You want a ribbon in your hair? And then she's like, okay, so production told me. And then we get over the loudspeaker, David, please come to the stage manager's box. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No. So you basically became a drag queen from doing a production of The Wizard of Oz.
Basically. But also all of my friends were like my friend Brianna, who I was talking about earlier, like my castmates were like, David's like really good at this. Like he should probably do it. And I was like, no. Here we are.
Yeah, and here you are. I mean, I think one thing that I think is so interesting about you, because you talked about pop culture, and I do think that drag is like an incredible way to bring up your opinions and bring up kind of like a point of view. And you're so wonderful at making mixes. So if you guys don't know what mixes are, like drag performers tell little stories. They might have like sound clips from a television show or sound clips from a movie, and they might pair them with different songs to tell a different story. And Hanukah is like a master at making a mix. Truly, like some of the best mixes I have seen have been from you.
Thank you.
And I love it. Even your silly, like the Hanukah has this amazing video that went a little viral online of the Dua Lipa.
Oh yeah, that one really popped off.
No, it popped off, and I remember it because I had just worked with you like a little bit before that.
Yes.
And then
it was like 2 weeks before.
2 weeks before, and then literally like people were in my DMs being like, "She's going to be at the show," and I was like, "Yes, this is the person that's going to be on the show." If you don't know, there's this video of Hanukah. Where were you performing?
I was at Hush Bar
at Hush
on
Bar
52nd Street,
and there's that
in New York
Dua Lipa song that's like, "I come and I go." And Hanukah just says, "I come and I go, lights go out, walks out." Like,
also, shout out to Amani on lights. Amani really ate that. I was like, Amani, did you hear like the number? It was literally like a 30-second number. He was like, yeah, we'll do it together. I was like, okay, amazing. So it's like a team effort.
It was incredible. It's incredible. So tell me about like how you approach a mix, because truly, like, I don't know how your brain can get that many references in such a small amount of time. It is so impressive.
I can't do much else is really what it is.
Can't speak a different language.
No, at all. Bonjour. That's it. I was like, good talk. I don't know. I was like, I can say hello.
Bienvenue.
Yeah, cabaret opening night. I'm trying to think. Like, so usually, like my really good mixes are like I hear something and I'm like, oh that, and then they all like come together simultaneously.
Yep.
And then my mixes that are like, I would say like the ones that are harder for me are the ones where I'm like, okay, let me make a concept and like pull these together. And those are the ones where I feel like when I perform them, I'm like, those are like only like kind of funny, and then like my really funny ones are the ones that I like get like
right away. I feel like that's similar to me. Like sometimes like I'll come up with an idea and I'm like, oh, this is great. It took me like 20
seconds.
minutes to fucking make. And then there are other ones where I'm like trying to pull all of these things together to kind of try and get an idea across. And then I feel like that's the worst is when you sit there on GarageBand for like over a couple hours.
Yeah, and you're like, I can't do this.
Yeah, and you listen to the same like 20-second thing going back and forth.
And you're like, it's not getting any funnier.
Yeah, no, and it's not. Like, you're hoping for you to play it one through that one time and then be like, ha-ha!
That's
like,
it.
Yes.
Also, like, all my friends can attest, like, it'll be like 3 a.m. and I'll call them and they'll open the phone and I'll be like, mute yourself. And I'll just half lip sync my number on GarageBand. I'm like, you like it? You like it?
Needing that validation at 3 in the morning.
3 a.m. They're like, I'm not picking up the call this time. So sorry. I'll see it at the show.
Amazing. I mean, yeah, you're an incredible performer. So I'm excited. They're going to be doing our brunch over at Gulu Gulu Cafe today, Diamonds Dine-In. If you don't know.
Is that what it's called?
Diamonds Dine-In.
I love.
Yes. We love an alliteration.
I love it. I do.
Diamonds Dine-In's on Sundays and then Fierce Fridays.
Fierce Fridays.
Is on Fridays.
Fierce Fridays is so good.
I mean, what else could you call it, truly?
Fab Fridays.
Next year when we rebrand.
Yeah, the rebranding.
The rebranding. If you don't know, that Diamonds Dine-In is the very first weekly drag show to ever exist in Salem.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's the very first one. And in June, we're going to be 3 years old.
Holy shit.
It's pretty cool.
Can I say shit?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, really, except like horribly, offensive things.
I mean, I was planning on it.
You are on camera. I just want to remind you.
I was like, I am a Republican red. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Red, and red.
Right.
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah.
3 years is crazy.
3 years is a long time to be there almost every single week. I mean, we've taken like 1 or 2 weeks off here and there.
No, but I mean, that doesn't really count.
Yeah, no. But
that's so cool.
It is really, really cool. And so you're from here. You started doing drag in New York City. We talked about you doing theater and how that brought you to drag. So when did like Hanukah Lewinsky pop off in New York? Like when did you start having your gigs and your more regular bookings?
So summer 2021 was like when I started. I started, and I was doing competitions like every week. I would do Star Search. I would do Drag Wars.
Yep.
I would do Polish the Queen.
Yeah.
I would do
Polish the Queen. I forgot about Polish the Queen.
She's on a hiatus right now, I think.
Yeah.
I do Polish. I would do Open Call. I would do. I think I only did Are You the Next Diva once because I was like, I love Janelle No. 5. Like she is a culture maker.
Oh my God, she's amazing.
I was terrified of her when I met her.
I mean, all drag queens.
But I was like, she's like the one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people in New York that are like, ooh, sorry, excuse me. I'm like burping because I'm scared of Janelle. No, there's so many queens.
Janelle.
Like when I moved to New York, the biggest queens at the time were Britta.
Oh my God.
Britta was everything.
Did you ever go to Soaked?
Yeah.
I used to go to...
I actually haven't, because that was at Hush, right?
Yeah, or Therapy. R.I.P. Therapy.
Yes, rest in peace. May she rest in pieces. No,
Pieces is open.
No, Britta was at the West End. Like my first booking.
Oh my God,
ever
the West End
was Tara Hyman and Britta Filter
at the West End.
At the West End, and I was like their special guests for the night. There was 4 people in the audience. I brought 2 backup dancers because I was like, this is my moment. I was like, here I am on a New York City poster, and it's my name.
Wait, that's so fierce.
And then Britta was. I have the video of it somewhere.
You need to show me.
And I remember Britta just being like, "This bitch is nutso." Like I can't believe she brought all this production value for like 2 people in the
West End
at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Like pre-pandemic, we would go every Thursday to Soaked, and we like loved it.
Yeah.
And then so the show I did at Hush is like the new iteration of Soaked. I'm like one of the understudies.
Okay.
So like I get to like all the choreo they were doing, and I was like,
H2O show. Yeah. I'm privy. I stalk the girls.
You're like I vicariously live in Manhattan.
I kind of do in a weird way. I mean,
when you came and visited, you were like here, there, everywhere. I was like work bitch.
Mm-hmm. I did my little New York City tour. I love
when queens come do a New York tour.
It was fun. It was so fun.
It was great,
and it was so cool to see like all these people from different walks of my life, like, and all these people that were still there to support me. And I got to do a show with you at a place.
Playhouse.
Yes, we love Playhouse. We love Playhouse.
We do. No, I was like Wake Up Wednesdays. It was a great. We had a year and a half. It was lovely.
Yeah,
it was great.
And you did that show with Julie, right?
With Julie. Hi, Julie. I don't know if she's watching, but hi, Julie.
I know. I got to get Julie on the pod too.
Oh my God,
sure.
you know she's my favorite person in the world.
She's an incredible human being. I really, really enjoy her. She's come, I think we've worked together twice now.
I know, she adores you. You and Maxine, her and Aaron talk about you both all the time.
I love Aaron too. Aaron's
best,
great.
right?
Yeah, they're just good people.
My favorite
good
people.
vibes. My favorite thing was after we did the show, there was just like a circle of us and Jasper, our friend Jasper.
Oh, yeah.
A circle of us just like with 4 joints going around. Just like,
the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, these are good people.
They're great.
They're good people.
Oh my God, we're off topic. I mean, me off topic, never.
Talking about New York.
When I started.
Yeah.
So I did all these competitions and I was like winning some, runner up. I was like, well, whatever. And I turned to Andrew because I was like seeing some of these girls or like some of these performers. And I was like, Andrew, if I am still competing in a year, tell me to quit.
Yeah, I feel that.
I was like, if I have not had any growth, tell me that this isn't it. That's fine. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So my goal was like when I started in May, I was like, okay, if by September I'm like not feeling it, I'll do theater again.
Okay.
Like I was like, I was born to perform. I was like, I want to perform. I was like, I really want to try this. This is clearly something I've wanted to do forever. But if it's not for me, then I'll say I've tried it and I've always wanted to try it and it's something I wanted, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to what, my to-do was.
And then clearly it started working.
It started working, but the biggest thing, I think what like really turned the corner for me was I won Drag Wars All-Stars that fall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was like the first thing the biggest thing I ever won.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Was great.
That is hard. And we talked about Drag Wars last episode with Bambina, the Don Diva.
Oh my God.
Yes, so we were talking about Shaquita.
Did she do All-Stars also or no?
No, I don't think she did All-Stars. She was Bambi won Ultimate Drag Pageant All-Stars.
Oh, UDP?
Yeah, and I'm a UDP woman.
Yes.
A wiener, as you say.
Kiki also won UDP,
yeah,
right?
Kiki, Princess Poppy.
Oh, yeah.
Who else? Salmonella.
That was also at the West End, right?
Yeah, West End. Salmonella won.
Selma.
Lemon from
Oh my
Canada's Drag Race
God.
won. Like, honestly, it's a good group.
It's really crazy that it doesn't
wieners.
exist anymore.
It is really crazy that the West End doesn't exist anymore. I mean,
those Old Bay tater tots.
Yes, I would get lots of tater tots, lots of rum and coke and tater tots for sure. I love the intimacy of
very
the West
like
End.
small, but also out of the way.
Yeah,
I feel.
It was kind of out of the way. I mean, I was all the way uptown. I was poor. I was at like 197th Street.
Oh, like Inwood?
Inwood. Yeah. I loved Inwood. I loved
Inwood's
living
great.
there. I love it. It's such a great like place to live. It was I loved it. But when I got to do my gig at 110th, I was like, woohoo!
Like, I'm
yay,
next door.
I'm close. And that still isn't close.
No, I did a gig on the Upper West Side, 2 weeks ago? And it was me and then 2 divas from Brooklyn. And they were like, it took an hour to get here. I was like, I got here in 20 minutes.
Yes. Where do you live in the city now?
The Killer. I don't want.
Right.
I was referencing Wendy Williams. Do you know that video of Wendy?
No, I don't.
Oh, Wendy's always talking about like the killer, how like there's someone coming to get her.
Oh, right.
And there's a video of her with a guy, and she goes, well, we're in North Jersey, and he goes, where do you live? And she goes, well, the Killer. So that's
yeah.
The Killer.
That's, of course. Thank you
I
for.
live uptown. I live in Harlem.
Thank you. I'm glad that you could give me just a straight answer.
Yeah.
It's a straight.
I got a yes answer.
Yeah, a yes answer. All right, drag. So you won Drag Wars All-Stars. Congratulations.
And that kicked off everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything was from that.
And then I know you do a lot of the shows at $3 bill, which are so, right? Is that what it's called?
Like,
$3 bill?
it depends on from what I gather, I actually don't know. I don't produce parties, so I'm not really like privy to it. But
Yep.
I think $3 bill, they do have shows that they produce.
Yep.
But mostly like people will come in and produce shows there.
Yeah, that's what I see.
So like when I work there, it depends on just like who's producing the show. Like I've done Factasia a couple times.
What were you preparing for last time I was with you? I think, or I was talking to Muscles Monty about the show
you were
with you.
doing Factasia. Was it Chicago or was it Grinch?
No, it was the Grinch because I was
Oh my
wearing
God.
their as a joke the day that I did your show because I was in that silver look.
Oh, yeah.
Muscles had that tiny silver wig,
yeah.
and I was like wearing
He
it around,
played,
feeling my
the
fantasy.
mayor.
Yes, I was wearing their
So
mayor
good.
wig. So before I was, so talk about those shows like the Factasia
Oh my God,
shows.
Factasia's amazing.
Yeah, it seems so cool.
Baby's like a genius.
Yeah, Baby's cool.
And the sets are, it's really like high production, high camp. I like feel very like, I'm so happy to like do them. It's like, and the audience is packed and feral. When I tell you feral, they are feral.
They're gagging. They're ready for it.
Factasia did this like Hobbit, like Lord of the Rings drag show. I wasn't in it, but I went because I had like a million friends in it, and I adore Factasia. And the team that works on Fantasia is like great. There's so many people, and they're all so. I mean, it's like it literally feels like I'm doing like a theater production.
Yeah, no, it's
so
it's
cool.
like queer Broadway essentially.
It really is theater.
is.
It really is theater.
I love that it's such a diverse cast every single time. Like they are not skimping out on the people. Like they are making sure that they're the kings involved, the things involved. Like, I mean, I love anything I see from $3 Bill. I'm always like, God damn it! I wish I was there when it was a thing.
It's because they have such a capacity. Like the stage is so big, and there's like so much you can do with it. Mm-hmm. But it's very fun.
All right, so we talked about your drag journey. We talked about let's talk about you and you being as queer as you are. Okay,
Oops.
Yeah, because you are a little gay boy, musical theater boy at
period.
heart, for sure. And we went to high school in the same
Near
area.
each other, yeah.
So tell me, what was it like being queer in Natick? You grew up in Natick, right?
I'm in Wayland, so I'm like
close.
right. It's the same, like it's like Natick, Framingham, Wayland, like that area. It was great. I came out in 7th grade as bi.
Okay.
And then much like a lot of gay people my age then came out as gay seconds later. I came out as gay freshman year of high school.
Okay.
I remember I told these 2 girls in 7th grade, I was like, okay, I'm bi. Don't tell anyone. Do you think anyone knows? And they go, no, because everyone thinks you're gay.
2 hours later.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gay.
It's on the school newspaper.
Yeah, David is gay. I came out as gay freshman year of high school. No one was shocked. My family wasn't shocked. It was really just like a non-issue. I think I was like, there's only a couple queer people I went to high school with.
Yeah, Jasper told me that you guys were one of the only out people in Wayland at the time, which to me is crazy. But I went to Walnut Hill, so like
everyone was gay.
Yeah, everyone was gay. Like there's 300 kids in the whole school, and it was weird if you were straight.
Yeah.
Like,
by me.
Yeah, and I hate that too because like I have a lot of straight friends or bi friends or people who like were really put under a lot of pressure at these musical theater programs like to be gay. Like isn't that crazy?
Oh, my thought was to be masculine.
Well, yes, there's that part of like teachers and like forcing you to be masculine, which I have a lot of trauma from that. Walnut Hill, thank you so much, and Boko, fuck you all. Because
and Randy and Simon and not Mark McGrath because he's a hottie.
And Paula's so nice. She was really nice.
She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, but no, like I feel bad for straight people who have to go to musical theater programs and like feel the pressure of like, oh, you are gay, you're gay.
Heard it here first. Diamond feels bad for straight people.
I do.
Diamond's an ally to the straight community.
I am an ally. I let a straight person play guitar at my brunch once.
That's disgusting.
I'm
just kidding.
So you were queer from a long time. Did you like
from the jump?
Yeah, from the jump.
I mean, even from like when I was a kid, I used to dance around in my mom's clothes like every Saturday night.
And
my dad would shine a light at our little disco ball. My mom would play the music. It was very sweet.
Your parents are cute.
Your
parents are fun.
They're really fun. They're very supportive too. They love it.
Did you? How do you identify? Or do you identify
gay?
Just gay male, gay or non-binary or anything
gay,
like that?
Cis, boring, gay.
Sure. I mean, that's fair. You're allowed. And thank you so much for being vulnerable and like talking about all the different things.
I will talk to a brick wall, so don't worry.
When the podcast is over, you're just talking to like the back wall. It
cuts away. Oh my God, there was one video I did on Instagram. It was my Real Housewives reality Von Tease number with the newspaper. Mm-hmm. And full tea, it was a empty night at Playhouse. It was literally me, Julie, and one person in the audience. And I filmed it like 2 times because like I need to get this up.
Yeah.
Because I love it, like a speedy moment. If like something happens, I want to get the video up right away.
Of course,
I was like, I love a cultural moment.
We love it. I
was like, I feel like the first person I saw do it with like that speed was Jan. Like when Jan used to do that, I was like, that was one of my like, oh my God, I have to do that.
Yeah, I went to college with Jan.
She's the best.
Yeah,
I love
Jan's
her.
very talented, super talented.
I was like, my brain works the same way. I was like, she gets it.
Yeah, she's all about like jumping on the cultural references.
She just knows. Her brain is just incredible.
Yeah, very, very talented.
But back to brick wall. Oh my God. So you said talking to a brick wall. The reason I say that is someone retweeted my reality Von Tease video and the caption was drag queens performing to no audience like podcasters talking to a brick wall. I went, oh, not too much.
Oh my God.
Got my ass.
Reality.
Got my ass.
What is it like? Art reflects life.
Yeah,
here we are, bitch.
I was like, if the camera just panned a little, you would see empty bar.
So the last question that I want to ask you, I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest here.
I love being here.
Yes. The last question I want to ask you is we just crowned our newest winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Nymphia Wind.
I'm so gagged.
And you're gagged. I'm also gagged.
I was like,
gagged. Because do you work with her ever?
Okay, so we both are from New York. I don't think I've ever met her.
Well, because my friend Kane Queen from Salem worked on a lot of her stuff and is like a costume designer in Brooklyn.
good.
So Kane, our friend, made the pussy reveal.
Oh my
and,
God.
like they made a couple of the things, and we're so proud. Go Kane! Shout out to Kane. We love
Kane.
you. Did you agree with the winner?
I love the top two. I thought that the top two was like either of them could have. Either of them could have won.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I really love Saphira.
I do too.
I
She's awesome.
actually did Lady Liberty with Saphira.
No way.
Yeah, I competed with Saphira, and like I have such a great memory with her.
Did you win or did she win?
No, she won. I don't know if she won, but I competed against her. I don't really remember. All I know is that I lost. And it was like one of the first times I was doing these competitions, and I finished, and I went backstage, and I was like, oh my God, like I really hope I did well. And like then Saphira's like stretching, and she just looks and goes,
I love her.
no, I love her too. And then after I saw her perform, you know that iconic lip sync that she does that's like so fast and like all these things. And she went like right after me. And then I was like, I understand why she rolled her eyes, because I look like doo-doo clown fool.
Yes.
Mess.
Doo-doo clown mess.
Yes, doo-doo clown mess.
Saphira and Nymphia, I thought both deserved to win.
Yes.
I thought it would have been like, I would have been happy either way. I think people would have been happy either way. I think that's why people are mad, because I'm like,
Yes.
you would have been mad either way.
Yes, they would have been mad
It was a
either way.
win-win or a lose-lose.
Yes.
I thought it was a win-win. I thought it was a very strong top two. I thought it would have been
It was a strong season. It was such a strong season. I loved it. Well, thank you. Thank you for talking about your drag and your queer journey and being the second guest on Yas Talk.
So happy to be here.
Last thing I have to ask before we go, what is the gayest thing about you? What is like when you do it, you're like,
I hate when they're like, what's the gayest thing about you? And drag queens are like, the bedside drawer next to me or whatever. Like, have you ever heard that? Oh
No.
my God, it's so stupid. They're like,
No.
they're like, what's in my nightside drawer? I was like, I hate that.
But is that true?
No. I was like, what's the gayest thing about me? Probably my voice.
Yeah.
My homo little voice.
Yes, we definitely have gay voices for
Yeah,
sure.
boots. I love a gay voice.
Me too.
A gay voice on a podcast is my favorite.
Well, thank you for being our special guest here today at Yas Talk.
Thank you for
We
having me.
will see you soon, and I'm excited to do the brunch with you today.
Can't wait.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to Yas Talk, episode 2 with Hanukah Lewinsky, produced by Peabody TV and Randall over at Peabody TV. We love you. Have a good time and enjoy this new episode.
Bye.